The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. Early edition, 8:06 a.m. on the 4th of February. That is Wednesday. We're looking at the Dow closing yesterday at 49,240 after making an all-time high. Right now, the futures are up a little bit. The futures are up about 89 points. The S&P yesterday, look at this. Interesting, isn't it? It just missed an all-time high, had a very nice session early on, and then pulled back quite sharply. It's at 69.17. The futures right now are up about 6 points. There we are, up about 6 points. The QQQ, 1, 2, 3, there we go. QQQ was down $1.31 at 615. And that's now down a little bit. And the NQ, that's the NQ right there. That's the futures are trading down 63 points. They weren't very good yesterday. Did make an all-time high just about a week and a half ago. IWM, the Russell 2000, had a nice session, actually closed a little bit better than the others towards the upper end of the range. It's at 263.68 now, up 90 cents. But the futures, the RTY, is trading up 8 at 26.64. Now, this is going to be the issue. SMHs, semiconductors, advanced micro devices took a dive, and it's affecting the semiconductors. The SMH is down 2.38 to 395.30. Let's see where advanced micro devices is. Advanced micro devices made a peak D about 2 weeks ago, and it's trading. That was up in the I forgot to put the number in. It was at 266.96, trading right now at 220.15, right down there. Made a peak D in the daily chart. Remember, those Ds can be lethal. Double top, 267.08 in the weekly chart, way back in October. Took quite a dive. It went down to the 194 level. That was the end of November, and then it comes all the way back. And what does it do? I love the way these things make double tops and double bottoms. Look at this, 266.96, just pennies away from the all-time high. Double top, pulls back, and what does it do now? It's got the U-shaped pattern. It's making a second U down the 220 area. So that is going to affect the semiconductors a little bit. Let's see where NVIDIA's trading pre-market. Just 17 cents down, but it had a lousy session yesterday, and I've been talking about this for some time, way back right here. That was the week of the 31st of October. It went to 212.19. And I was saying, the way it's looking here with this 212.19, the way it's looking, to me, I don't have the courage to do it, and I don't want to have my subscribers to do it, but I thought, if I could get the short side of NVIDIA, well, it's been a tough hold. Look at this. It went from 212 down to 183.50 in November, and then it's just been this trading range. So if you got the NVDD, I think it was, that's what I was looking at. Look, you haven't really done anything, right? It's just been a mess. So it's been very difficult to be on the short side. I mean, we tried the other day, the short side of the SOXS, the semis, got stopped out for a very small loss, 3 times short, still a very small loss. But the point was that it's real. Look, here it is, SOXS. It's very difficult. Now it's at 203. It should be up at the 233 level, but it's been very difficult on the short side. So, meantime, back at the ranch we want to go to, gold. Gold is just, 111 points up. So it goes down to 44.23. Just 3 sessions ago, of course, it was at 56.26. 5 sessions ago, and now it's back up. And I drew this in. My anticipation is that we're going to get the dreaded H potential. So it rallies, and then it's going to, within about, what is it, today's Wednesday, I think by Friday afternoon, Maybe it gives some back. It'll have to go all the way back under 4,900 underneath the 14-period moving average for me to say, now we've got the potential for a dreaded H. I'm just drawing in the pattern. So gold is up 119 at 5,053. Silver didn't do quite as well on the rally yesterday. Today it's quite strong. It's up 6.6. We're talking about up 6.6. There was a time where it was just inconceivable. You were down, look at this, you're down in the 30s. Well, there was a moment that it went from the March of last year, the week of the 28th, it hit 37.28, and 3 weeks later, it was at 29. That's 8 points. That was a major tanking down to, but look at this, 121.78 down to 72, was it? 71.20. And of course, these numbers will change because they get smoothed out, because this is, in fact, the futures. But isn't that, I mean, that's a lot of points, right? Okay, so what we're looking at is that silver's up 6.6 at 89. Let's call it 90. And this one, I've got a higher level because the 9-period moving average didn't close negative. You see, this is going to be very interesting. Look, gold, look, the 9-period moving average is way up. So there's still internal strength. Look at silver. The 9-period moving average is close to turning down, but it hasn't yet. So silver at this particular point is the weaker of the two, just in terms of chart patterns. And I'm going to be watching it closely. Do I have subscribers add to the CD, core mining? I didn't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable. I think that this is in a more intermediate term digestive phase. As long as that 9-period moving average in the weekly chart remains very strong, it means that it will come back again. But I'm just saying, I'm waiting. I wanted to get to the dollar. Look at the DXY. The dollar is trading up 5 cents at 97.45. So it has had a pretty decent move from the 95s to the 97s, and then it just sort of stalled. So I just think gold is going back into the rectangles, made this lowercase h, it goes to lowercase m, and then took out the left side low, but it rallied quite sharply. I think the dollar's just trying to find some footage right here. So there, what did that did? Crude oil right now is trading up 19 cents at 60.40. It hasn't given up. It's the 9-period moving average is strong. It did make a peak D. If you look at the weekly chart, peak A, peak B, peak C. Let me just put that in here. A, B, and there's your C. And it's going back into the inside track repellent zone in the monthly chart. Yeah, time alone will get it out of this particular. Just moving sideways will take it out of that trend line. But it's interesting. I'm watching it very closely because I don't think it's given up anything at all. Now, I had one more that I wanted to look at, which is bonds. I have two. Bonds are down. No, they're up 5/30 seconds, but they're at the lower end of the range. So yields are moving towards the upper end of the range. And high-grade copper. High-grade copper is trading down just a fraction, down 0.08. Went to a peak D. Yeah, this is the one that I'm talking about. This is the H pattern. See a big red candle? But the day's young. It can still go green, but I'm anticipating that copper pulls back a little bit. All right, I've covered a whole bunch of things. What did I not cover? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading down 385. It had a candle, Chapman wave red Roman candle at the bottom yesterday. I'll discuss it when we get back. I think Bitcoin for the first time is starting to show that 200-period moving average of 79.5 might be one of the fulcrum. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Folks, we're back, and this is the early edition. It is right now 8:18 a.m. It'll be replayed later on. It's always interesting to see what happens at 10 o'clock after you're discussing pre-market and what happens post-market. So a couple of things going on. I wanted to look at this because I had a couple of questions. So I'll start off with FLNC. FLNC trading up 50 cents pre-market at 32.81. This is Fluence Energy. So there are a couple of energy stocks that have just popped up lately that I think are quite important. Let me just open this up for you so you can see. Look at this W formation. So it was an IPO back in 2021. I kind of just missed. Why does that keep going? There are. It didn't do very much. It opened in October of 2021 in the 36 to 33 area. It just popped up the next month to 39.49, which happens 39.40, which happens to be the all-time high, 39.40. And then it comes tumbling down, makes a double bottom. The first bottom is in June. No, it was in May of 2022 at 496. And then it runs all the way to the just over 30, comes back. And then it goes to a lower low of $3.46, 346. So just let's put that in, 346. And now look at this. It's gone to where it is. It's almost a 10 bagger. It's at 32.78 or 55 cents pre-market. I like this very much. I think it's going towards, let me show you something here. If I had to choose a bar, let's go from the left side, 39.40, and I'm going to go, this would be the most obvious place right there. That's that candle right there. So I go there, and then I press to replicate that bar. But then I need to have a trough on the left side to be able to go to the right. Well, I can't because it went to a lower low. So let me do this, and I'll show you that if this goes to almost exact, or there's no such thing as almost exact. It's either exact or it's not. But I'm going to say to you, look at this. This is a daily chart, goes to yesterday. It's a monthly chart, goes to last month. So this says to me, all right, you can't use that. That would be the most obvious one. So then I've got to find another candle, and the candle is right there. Okay? And I'm going to do that again. And I'm going to say, okay, I needed a left side, right side price time edge. So I need the inside wedge. I have to take that one right there. And I have to take it and I have to move it up and say, all right, if it joins there, how am I doing? So how am I doing? I'm doing, there we go. Look at that. So that one's going to become pink because it's the left side. Right there. That becomes pink. Now, I do these much quicker right now. I'm doing and talking at the same time. So it says by the next month, by March, there's a good chance that we should get to this level here. I'm going to make it a little bit more conservative. I'm going to say by March, if we can break in the interim period, it could be today, it could be any time. But if we break this dashed green inside wedge target repellent line, or target right there, resistance line, then that's going to be important. The moment we break this and we can go above, not we, if the price of FLNC, Fluence Energy, can take out, even intraday, doesn't matter, to 35.43, then it says this is in 39.40 is in play. So I'm going to move it out just one more bar, and I'm going to say we've got all of February to go, and we've got all of March. So let's just do this, be a little aggressive. I'll put it up there. So that's what I'm looking at. Hope that helps you. Now let's go to the bigger picture. That's the bigger picture. Now you have the instant restart in the weekly chart. Everything's strong when the 914 crosses sharply over the, right here, when it crosses over the 200 period moving average, that's usually a very good sign. So what we've got is momentum to the upside. MACD is good. Stochastic's fabulous at 88 cents. On balance, one, the blue line's a little bit overbought, and the relative strength is improving a lot. And the daily chart is still very good. So if it goes to 32.90, which is now up 67 cents pre-market, 33.51, 33.51 was the high of 3 days ago. If it goes higher than that, I'm going to put it as a G/C, and this is a real good chance that it's got the momentum right now. It's interesting that you mentioned that because I've got HLX, which showed up as Helix Energy Solutions, which showed up as a screamer. That is on a screen that I have, and it shows up as a potential single-digit stock that can really have a good rally. Well, it showed up recently, and I've only just updated it today. I put the F/C. So this is doing the same thing, but the 914 hasn't gone over the 200 period moving average. The other one is slightly different and slightly more improved. And I've suddenly got OIS. I haven't seen this in ages. OIS, Oil States International. That was a leg C in the monthly chart. I haven't updated this in the weekly. So here's your D, and this is a leg E. This is look at the two sessions we just had. So this is fascinating. Oh, I'm so pleased. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I didn't tell you what the support is, and I need to do that. But before I do that, let me just go back to this. A, B, C, D, instant restart. Let's just do this. This is continue. E, F, G, G/C. Is this now a D, or is this just a brand new A because it's so strong? Look at this. This is OIS, Oil States International Inc. Very nice action. Leg E in the weekly chart. So I like this. These things are all together. Look, the 9 is way over the 14. It's at $8.88 yesterday at the close. Right now it's at $8.99, up 11 cents. Yes, this whole sector is starting to move very nicely. Let me do this. Let me look at RIG, which is one that's always brought to my attention. Yeah, it's gone to a peak D. It's trading up 2 cents today at 5. Yeah, doing nicely. And the 914 is very close to crossing the 200 period exponential moving transocean. Wow, nice. Thank you very much, because they're all doing very well in this particular area. Now, another question came in. The question was, GDX. Did I forget to do? Yes, I did. The GDX is trading. I think I did. I said it's got this arch formation. I think it can go a little higher. That's the gold miners market vectors. So the real question for me is, Was that it? I mean, a lot of people say that's it with gold. I think that there's still enough residual strength. There's still enough uncertainty in the world that geopolitically gold is in play. To me, that's the way I look at it. It's geopolitical. I think it's still there. Now, I do anticipate there's a chance that we do the H pattern and then we mess around. We just go kind of sideways. We don't really break down. And that's my leaning right now. But I think this Friday, on a weekly basis, that's going to give me a tremendous amount of information on this. And SLV, which is the silver ETF. Oh, is it SIL that I did? No. Yeah, SIL went to an F/C weekly. Leg G/C monthly. This is Global X Silver Miners ETF. And then it did go to G/C. Yes, I think so. I think sideways. I'll be back in a moment.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger Zen, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger Zen, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks, we're back. This is live, but it's the early edition. It's 8:30. We'll see if there are any. Let me just have a look at the futures. I really haven't updated this. I've just been so busy here. I hope it's not that one, this one. Yeah, I haven't updated it since last night at about 11 or so. Yeah, futures just have done nothing. They're up 8 at 69.50, and it's 8:30, so there is news. Now they're pulling back just a fraction. All right, we'll get out of this. So I wanted to a question came in about Archer Daniels Midland. I've liked it for a while, but I had no idea what would happen with the earnings, so didn't do anything with it. So ADM, look at that peak, A peak, B, C, goes to a D, E, and an F at about 69, and it pulls back. And then yesterday, intraday, it dived down to the 62 level, but it closed at 67. And now it's at 66.81, pre-market 68. Now, where do I stand on this? I like it. It's a leg C in the monthly chart. The technicals are good. The weekly chart, the technicals are good. It's at a peak C. I could give it an alternate count. I don't know why I should, because everything here is positive enough to say that's a leg C. The week is young. You'll see what happens by Friday. This candle right here says to me, there's a little uncertainty. Well, there was a lot of uncertainty, and then there was certainty. But now it's kind of back to uncertainty. So let me just put it this way. So I can't remember if the questioner wanted to buy it or was in it. I forgot to write that down. So make it as simple as possible. If this week it's able to, so it's trading right now 66.81. It's got 3 full sessions to go. If it tags 69.76, which is 1 penny above the peak F top of the 28th, that is really positive for the daily. It's really positive for the weekly. And that monthly chart is continuing to improve. It's very good. If it pulls back and it starts to stall, and the next thing you know, it's at 65, and by Friday it hasn't moved more than up 60 to 67 or below 63.5, it means it's just stuck. You're going to have to wait. It's a pity because it was doing very nicely. So I would prefer to see it take out yesterday's high of 68.24. I'd prefer if it closed above it, but even just nicking it would be a good sign to say there's still upside strength. But pulling back says, back into the stalling motion. Another one that we were looking at, GLXY, had earnings yesterday, and it wasn't good. And we were looking at a recent Galaxy Digital Trading, Banking, Call Centers, Data Centers. It was doing so nicely, and then it went into that big pop to the upside, and I said, this is either an E or a B. The technicals are so far so good, but if it starts to pull back into the gap, into the 28s, that's a problem. But it did that 3 sessions ago, did it even worse 2 sessions ago, and then plummeted yesterday to 21.98, and down today's down 18 cents. Yeah, it's tough. Now you're going to have to wait quite a while for it to repair this damage. So that's Galaxy. Then we've got Uber. I don't know if Uber's come out. Does it come out in the morning? Does it come out in the afternoon? Uber is up 71 cents. Look at this. It did that arching pattern that I said I'm looking at. I said, technically, I don't quite understand why it keeps giving back so much, because there is, you've got Lyft, and maybe you've got cabs and stuff, but it really is it was in the forefront, but it's not doing well, I said. So technically, I'm holding off. I said, I like it. I mean, it sounds like you should have Uber in your portfolio, but it just hasn't acted very well. And my guess is it's just pricing itself out. It's just they're going to have to pull back on prices. I'm just thinking. I'm just speaking, saying it out loud. I don't get Uber very often. In fact, in the United States, I've only got it a couple of times. Overseas, I've got it a ton of time. So Uber TAC is up $1.26 at 79.20. It needs. This is the arch formation. It needs within 2 sessions, maybe 3, but I prefer 2 to go back. Yesterday, it closed below the low of the 19th of December, which was 78.31. It went below it, closed below it at 77.93. Now it's trading at 79.37, up $1.50. Hopefully it can have a bit of a bounce. There was a pop in the futures, but they've given some of that back. I'm a a little cautious today in putting anything new on. I said to subscribers, I just feel that I'd rather be adding to what's been so great that we have than starting anything fresh just at this very moment. But we'll see. The day is young. Next thing I wanted to do is look at, where was it? That was Uber. I remember now. So I was speaking about this the other day. I spoke about ELF. First of all, I spoke about Ulta, because this is the heavy duty one. Ulta Beauty Cosmetics, leg C in the monthly chart, an all-time high a couple of last month. Peak C in the weekly chart, and it looks like it wants to go to an all-time high. And a very sharp pullback with this little double top in the 690s. What was it exactly? 695.34 on the 21st. Pulls back and then retests at 694.34. But it did have a 677 round number low. That's always a tip-off to me to say, hey, be careful, because if it closes below that, you can go quite a bit lower, and it did. It went all the way to the 624.95 level on the 30th of January. Now it's doing very well. It's got a V-shaped pattern. It looks like it was. I mean, the 914 went back to positive, but the MACD is still weak, and the on-balance volume's weak, and the stochastics weak, and the relative strength is weak, but it's that weekly chart. You went from WEAK to WEEK, which is the weekly chart, which says it really wants to get to 695.35, 1 penny higher to be able to go to leg D. Now, the reason why I brought that up is ELF. Is a little ELF. It's not the big beauty. This is the ELF beauty. And it made a double top, peak C1, C2 at 220 area. That was back in 2024. And now look at it. It tumbles down to the 50s, has a good rally, goes all the way back to the 90s, what was that, 97 something, 96.41 level on the 23rd of January. I got that as a peak F, pulled back quite sharply, and the 9-period moving average just flipped negative. But I see that it's got earnings coming out today. So let's see what happens. The way it's looking, it better hold this low right here, the low of yesterday, 2 days ago, which is 82.49. If it cracks under 82, I think that's a problem. It's got this pyramid inverted V-shaped pattern. So it desperately needs to get to 90. And if it can get to 90 by Friday, that would be very good action, because it goes towards the 200-period moving average in the weekly chart. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, early edition, Tiger Technician Show.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, we're back. Early edition, the Dow futures up 147, the S&P futures up 12, holding very nicely after yesterday's pullback from the highs. We'll see what happens by the end of the day. Now, what I'm looking at is CoreWeave. Had a question about it. CoreWeave CRWV down $1.48 pre-market at 88.58. Made a high, not an all-time high. That was up in the 180 area way back, and that was 2025, maybe June or so, and then it pulled back quite sharply. It went down to the 63-ish area, and now it's gone 114.45 at a peak D. And for 5 sessions now, it's pulled back. So I'm watching this closely because the 200-period moving average, if the 914 goes under the 200-period moving average, that's a big problem. The weekly chart had the 200-period moving average as support. And it has rallied quite nicely, but really nicely means it's gone from the 67 to 118-ish area. That's a good percentage. But look how small it is when it's already at leg C. Look at that single leg A. So this says to me CoreWeave is struggling. AI infrastructure processing capacity. So 114.45 was the highest, trading right now at 88. All I can say is that by Friday, going into this coming Monday, or certainly early next week, if the 914 is still above the 9 is above the 14, and both of them are above the 200, but it's very close to turning down. If CoreWeave takes out 83 in the next, I'd say 5 sessions, that's going to be very poor. It has to hold steady, has to try for the 80, it's at 88 right now. I'm going to say that it has to try for the 90s. It just has to, because the weight of evidence is that all the technicals are starting to deteriorate. Only the 914 is good, and the weekly chart is not very good. So be careful with this. I would just say that it's not acting very well, and I think it's going to be a struggle to get to 94. So at that point, we'll see what happens. But certainly if it goes underneath halfway of this wick, 87, it's at 88.41. If it holds 87 or lower for 40 to 50 minutes anytime today, that's going to be a big problem. So I'm going to have to finish early today. I've got to leave early. So this is going to be, I'm wrapping up now before we get to the next break. And I'm going to say that you're going to go to Tommy O'Brien at 9, and you're going to, this is replay, when it's replayed at 10, it'll be 11 o'clock. You'll be going to Steve Rhodes. Great programming coming up. But I do want to say that as far as I'm concerned, this market is just rotating. And it's going from the stocks like the Cloroxes, the Procter Gambles. It's going from the kitchenware. It's going from the everyday things that you can see when you look around you. That's in play, and that's where you got to focus. And these tech stocks are not doing all that well. I mean, I'm looking at a struggle. So I'm also watching today. Symbiotic is coming out with earnings. It was one of our favorites. Did great, and then we just had to get out, and we haven't been in for a while. So it's trading at 56.62. It ran all the way to right there. Look, double top at 73.97 on this last round, but it was actually up at 87.88. And this is end-to-end AI robotic warehouses. I'd love to see it hold the 200 period moving, have a decent rally today, and then struggle a little bit, and then start moving up, rather than just plummet like some of the stocks are doing. CC is another one, a favorite that I've loved, but we haven't had. The Chemours company, it's chemicals, etc. Did a beautiful double bottom down to the 9 area, and is trying to rally. It's had a lovely, CC is the symbol, lovely inch-a-month rally. We're going all the way from the 11s to the 16s. It's trading at 16.70 right now, up 18 cents, comes out with earnings. I don't know when it is today. I'd love to see the stock hold steady. It doesn't have to do anything major. Just doesn't. I don't want to see it back under 15. There are some stocks that are doing very well. I mean, the whole chemical area. Look at this. Dow Chemical, beautiful move up yesterday. But the monthly is horrible. Look at those double bottoms. I mean, that is really nice. DuPont, look at this. DuPont. Oh, that was 3D Systems. DuPont's double D. Look at that. A leg E in the weekly and the daily, a leg E in the monthly. Beautiful. And almost an all-time high in DuPont de Nemours chemicals. All right, so you've got to be very selective. And the banks are coming back again. Look at this. Bank of America took a dive. Didn't it take a dive? 57, 55 to the 51 area, and here it is at 54. You got to be very selective. And I just want to also say the volatility index, the VIX index, there it is. The VIX index is trading at 17.88, down 12 cents. It hasn't given everything up. So there's still some nervousness out there, and I'm going to respect that. I'm going to say fund managers are buying in. I can see it by the just buying insurance, by the actual 9-period moving average over the 14 and holding steady, and it's actually over the 200. So I'm not ignoring it. I think we're in a very choppy period, very selective. If you're in the correct areas, you're just saying, hey, what sell-off? You're in the look at this, Robinhood. So 152. What was it we were looking at? We were looking at a stock. It was just a moment ago at 152. Well, 152 was the high for Robinhood. Was it 53? 153.86 with 153 round number open on the 6th of October. Got a little problem. It's trading at 85 right now, almost cut in half. So it depends, and that goes with Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Don't they look the same? It looks like it. And I said, you've got to relate it to something. It was related to gold and Bitcoin before. And then I said, it looks like it's mostly Bitcoin now. So Robinhood, well, we still have our one position at 16. But yeah, I mean, that is quite a pullback. So Robinhood is down a little bit this morning, pre-market down $1.57. And there it is. Bitcoin is down 1,440 at 75,230. This is the candle I was going to talk about, Chapman Wave Roman candle. If Bitcoin trades for 60 to 90 minutes under 75,474, I think it's a good chance that it might get close to testing the low today of 73,085. This is exactly the moment. This particular pattern right now, especially with the volume and everything, says, Bitcoin, this is your opportunity. You've got until Friday afternoon to get to the 81,000 level, because otherwise there's a big problem. So, okay, got that out the way. There was one other stock that I was going to talk about. Where did it go? Oh, Estee Lauder. No, I don't want to do that. I'll do that maybe tomorrow. Amazon. Someone asked me about Amazon. Amazon's trading up 39 cents at 239.01. It's not really going anywhere. Those fantastic sevens, they're stalling. Microsoft looks just terrible. Microsoft down at the 410 area. So Amazon's not doing great. It's not bad. It's just not doing great right now. And there was one other one I wanted to look at just before we wrap up. Boston Scientific. Boston Scientific was a leader last year, going all the way to the 105-ish area. and then it just took a dive. So it's got earnings coming out. Boston Scientific, medical instruments. The medical instruments were great, and now they're starting to stall as well. So this is that rotation that I'm talking about. General Motors, up 30 cents at 86.01, almost all-time highs. This is the rotation. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned for great programming.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. You got the home builders. So we jump over from builders push for Trump homes and a pitch for millions of homes. So yeah, builders are working on a plan for a massive program to develop Trump homes. Listen, I had said, okay, well, we're just, nationalizing companies. Why haven't we nationalized a company to build houses? Okay, and they should do something. I don't think they should nationalize them, but I think the government should do something. You talk about emergencies. You better believe we need more houses, period. Okay, you got Lennar, Taylor Morrison Homes are among the firms that have worked on a proposal which calls for the builders to sell entry-level homes into a pathway to ownership funded by private investors. Okay, on the one iteration of the plan, investors would rent out the homes to tenants whose monthly payments would, after 3 years, be counted towards a down payment if they wanted to purchase a home. Anything you can do. Okay, there's got to be programs, period. Right? Nonetheless, you got the home builders catching a little bit of a lift today. Lennar, there's your acceleration on that news. You give back some of it, but I've talked about that. I think I'm a bull longer term on these, and yeah, you may face some volatility, okay? But you back this up, Lennar, 2 solid weeks. of volume, and that's when they really started to come to us. Say, you know what, this might be. You pull back to a low of 112, and then you accelerate on volume. And if you look at that week of November 17th, and remember the following week we did almost 45 million shares as you traded to this high of 132 in Lennar. That was 3.5 trading days. That was Thanksgiving week. Okay, so all that volume took place in this little run higher. Look at that volume, that mess of volume on a trade higher. What do? You come back on vapor thin volume. We're catching a bid today. Lennar up by 3.2%. But yeah, you know, you look at the underperformance of these equities. If there's anywhere government should be in to help the people, let's get some homes built, right? D.R. Horton up by 2.5% right now. KB Homes up by 3.1%. You got AMD earnings after the bell, down 1.5% right now. And yeah, quite a day in the NASDAQ, folks. You know, protect yourself, whether you're in the market, in metals. No matter what you're doing, make sure you're protected, folks. We got quite a volatile market. Thanks so much, folks. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Appreciate you being here with me at TFNN. We'll see you tomorrow morning, folks. Have a great night. Thanks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV.